Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Um, if you're not new here, you will maybe possibly have noticed that I changed the name of the channel. I mentioned in a previous video that I was considering doing this, and um, I didn't really have a lot of feedback from it. And I definitely felt like it was something that needed to be done because Adonata Healing's, Adonata Angel's Healing Tarot Journey is a bit of a mouthful. Um, so, uh, if you watched my video from 1 to 1, which if you haven't, go ahead and watch if you are interested in learning a little bit more about me. Um, uh, and you will find some information like my tattoos. Whoops. And their meaning. They basically mean soul angel, or sorry, soul messenger, which is, something that God didn't even reveal to me until after I got the tattoos. So, um, anyways, I'm here doing what God has led me to do and to be. Um, and I was woken up at 3:33 in the morning, given this message. Vengeance is God, but justice is mine. So I am going to pull some cards on that download, if you will. Um, so let's get to it. Without any further delay, tell me about vengeance is God, but justice is mine. Well, hello. Those I didn't even get the chance to shuffle it. Okay. We have artist, Don Juan, Midas, Avenger, and Gossip. Okay, so let's see. We have Midas, Gossip, and Don Juan. These could all be the same person or group of people that gossiped about you, withheld from you, and seduced you, used you for some reason or another. And artist and Avenger. Avenger artist, right? So it's like you painted the picture in order to avenge yourself. Like you painted the picture for God. You walked God through every bit of what they did to you. It's almost like while they were doing it to you. I'm getting that. It's like you, okay, sadly our justice system sucks, and maybe the spiritual justice system isn't all that much better because it is a system that does not actually prevent and protect. um so by that I mean, let's say you're being abused, right? You can't go to court and provide evidence, much needed evidence, until after it's happened again and again and again. So, like, let's say you were abused many, 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 many times. The first 100 times, you didn't have any evidence. You go to the legal system and say, I need help because I'm being abused. And they basically tell you, well, where's your evidence? And you say, well, I don't really have any. So you have to go, you have no choice but to go back and allow it to happen again so that this time you can start documenting. You can start being the scribe. is a word that I was given, downloaded during my time going through this very thing myself. So, in order to be the scribe, in order to provide the proof, right? You have to allow these things to happen basically while someone is watching. And that very much jives with my own personal experience in the 3D and the 5D court as well. So there are these people or groups of people that have done all of these things to you, right? And in order for you to get your vengeance from God, right, you had to paint the picture. You had to allow the picture to be painted in front of God while someone was paying attention, um, to like get it on the record, like you had to call judgment, and then you know like then Metatron comes in and starts recording everything. So you had to allow these things to happen in the presence of God, or because maybe before they were happening in the dark where God couldn't see, something like that. Okay, right, to get your own vengeance, but not in a bad way, just in a way, in a godly way, in the right way, in the way that God says it should be done. So also I'm getting to that there was no way, no way you are the avenger. Like there's no way that you were going to allow these people to get away with what they've done to you. So much so that you stayed long enough to catch them, basically, because maybe just walking away or running away and and creating a whole new life for yourself somewhere else and just leaving it all as it was, maybe that was an option, but not for you, because you it's like you had a mission. It's like you were a man on a mission. You're a masked superhero, that spiritual assassin, right? You had to make sure that each and every one of these people or groups of people that did these things got caught, got seen by God doing their worst, being their worst, wearing their masks, their villain masks. And you had to pull those masks off, not just for that, but for them. They needed to see as well, because they painted themselves as the victim. They painted themselves as the victim. So you had to allow these things to happen to you once again, maybe even many times again, in order to catch these people, in order for their masks to come off, in order for God to see, for everyone else to see, and for themselves to see. Because you knew that that was the only way that vengeance could ever truly be found and the problem ever really dealt with. And you did it in such a beautiful and masterful way. It's like an art. You made it like a freaking art form. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot to get from just a few cards. But, you know, when the message is true, it flows through. Um, I do not use the Kipper deck very often because I often feel like it doesn't quite fit right for the situation at hand, but I'm going to try. Okay. Tell me about gossip. Okay. So, thoughts, right? So, even when people aren't actively speaking about you, they're thinking about you. It's like like they just can't get over you. It's like you are the topic of conversation. You are, we'll put it this way, renting space in their own head, right? These people's thoughts are consumed by you. Their whole lives are consumed by you. And what a sad thing, because how sad must their own life be that they want to watch yours like the Truman Show, but interactive. Because let me tell you, with Midas here, they take action. They take action in your life to make sure that there are things to gossip about, like making sure that you never have anything. Tell me about Midas, miser. House. They took something from you. Maybe an actual house. It may have been your sense of home, your sense of safety, of feeling loved. They took everything from you, including the kitchen sink, like everything. Everything that they could possibly take from you, they did. If it was a sibling, they took your parents' love, right? They didn't want you to have anything. It was all for them. You don't get any. It may have been an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent put in a position of power over, or parent over an inheritance that was supposed to be yours, and they kept it because they didn't want you to have it. It may have been a sibling who always needed something, or a partner or a stepchild who enough was just never enough. Even your energy, they took and took and took and took and took, and they never gave anything back. Tell me about Don Juan. Hmm. Main male and one, and pathway. So this is a man who, it just, he is what he is. He's a romancer, a flirt, if you will. I'm getting that he seduced you, but he was also seduced by you. Now, the difference is he intentionally seduced you with lies, manipulation, uh, false charm. Or maybe the charm was real, but the person that he presented entirely in its entirety was false. I'm surprised that didn't come out, but this is just how they are. Maybe it was who they were always meant to be. Maybe this is what they came here to do and to be somehow. You were meant to be seduced by this person, but this person was absolutely seduced by you. Like I said, the difference is theirs was intentional, yours was not. You were just being who you are, and that happens to be a very magnetic person that a lot of people are drawn to and seduced by, because you have a certain quality that other people don't, that makes you very mysterious and intriguing. Okay, give me one more for Don Juan. Oh, well, the lovers. Okay. Yeah. Um, um, give me one for Avenger. Privileged lady. You're like Batman, but in a dress. Give me artist. Hmm. Wealthy man. Well, that's interesting to have these two cards come out side by side, back to back. What I'm getting by this is your masculine and feminine side are very balanced. Also, that this Avenger artist is like, it's like one and the same person, right? The privileged lady, the wealthy man, the male, the female, in the same energy, in the same body, and so again, you could be male or female, right? Batman or Batman in a dress, you know, it's it's all the same. That's interesting. All right, sorry, I'm gonna take a little coffee break. When spirit wakes you up at 3:30, you learn real fast that coffee is your friend. It's funny because when I was a kid, I worked at Starbucks. I never drank any coffee. Like, I worked with coffee. It smelled great. I loved it. But I wasn't a coffee drinker until years later when I had a kid. That's when I started drinking coffee. And even then, it was only like maybe one a day, if that. And now that I'm older and like spirit speaks, and I think between 3 and 5 is usually the most active time, and I drink a lot of coffee. Okay, coffee break over. Um, I don't know what I want to use now. All right, so our overall message was vengeance is God, but justice is mine. So tell me more about that. Yeah, wounded warrior. It's like I was saying, in that, like, in order to get this justice, this vengeance, you had to allow yourself to be taken out, basically, kind of like Jesus, right? You had to allow them to hurt you, but you knew, ultimately, you knew that the outcome was going to be for the greater good for everyone involved, including the people who came after you. Anything else? Nope. Sorry, I don't have any decks pre-picked out. I'm just picking them as I go. So please excuse me if it takes a minute. Anything do we have on this message? Can we throw any cards on it? What do we got? Destiny. Like it was your destiny for you to become this Jesus Avenger artist in this lifetime. You were destined to bring these people to justice. Anything else? Um, okay, so disconnect and boredom came out in reverse. So you're not disconnected, right? You are very much connected. You're very much connected to all of these people, but also to spirit and to God. And boredom in reverse. Your life is never boring, which can be a blessing and a curse. But it's also part of the reason that these people watch and gossip about you, like your movie's a reality TV show to them. Like that's all it really is. And it's like I always used to say, if I could get a camera crew to follow me around, like it'd be more popular than the Kardashians. My real life is just that full of drama, unfortunately. But you know, some people they thrive on that, and other people like me who have just had it like their whole life, they're just done. They're done with it. They don't want it. And people don't understand. Drama is trauma, you know, or can be. I mean, there's little drama here and there, you know, like, oh, well, you know, like your 5-year-old kids say, oh, well, he hit me, and no, she kicked me, and she said I was mean, and, you know, stupid shit like that. But when you get older and you got this kind of drama, these romancers, misers who watch and gossip and interact with your life like they get to have a say so, like play God in your life and create drama for you, it's traumatic because it's like when you're a kid and you don't have a choice or a say so, right? But then you finally become an adult and it's like, all right, I get to choose my own path from now on. And somebody goes, oh, no, 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 no. Like, oh, you thought that was happening? Sorry. No, you don't get to have free will, even though it is your God-given right. Somebody thought that they could take that away from you as well. I'm not getting anything else from that. Shoot, where's that deck? Oh no. Oh, one of my favorite decks currently is not in its box, which means I think my daughter was playing with it. I guess I'll use this one instead. Oh, no. All right, coffee break. Another coffee break. Hmm. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I love having you here. I love it when you come back. I love it when you share with your friends, your family. Um, you know, I'm an intuitive reader. I basically taught myself how to do this. Well, spirit taught me really, and I was led to do this. It's not something that I ever thought I would do. It's not something that I chose. It definitely chose me, kind of thing. And I do the best I can to get the messages out, you know. And I try to do it in a fun, you know, way. Um, I hope that you enjoy being here, and I hope you enjoy, you know, me. Again, not something that I ever thought that I would do. I'm kind of a private person. So to come on here and just be out there for the world to see is, I don't know, it's a little uncomfortable outside my comfort zone, but you know, God usually takes us there because that's, you know, the unknown. That's where all the good shit happens, right? Okay, back to the read. Commercial break over. Tell me about gossip, please. Hmm. Okay. So this person or people, or maybe this is you. You may be a fire sign. You may be dealing with a fire sign, right? Um, but there's this energy, this passionate energy, inspired action, adventure, movement, fearless, sexy, impulsiveness, charming, and unpredictable, right? Okay, so yeah, so your life is unpredictable, right? Like I was saying, it's like a little bit like full of drama, which these bored people, just can't help themselves. Like they're so bored and they need entertainment and they see you as their form of entertainment, basically. Um, but this is you. You are this passionate, unpredictable energy, right? And so you have the Four of Cups reverse, right? Sudden awareness, choosing happiness. So you suddenly, you had this realization. You became aware that all of these people who are watching you, like your life is the fucking Truman Show, right? Um, you suddenly realized um, that every time they spoke, it was like part of a spell, right? A magic spell, a black magic spell that was hurting you, shooting swords at you, um, trying to end you with their words. Okay. So this could just be as simple as, you know, two siblings gossiping about another sibling, like just talking shit, right? Like, oh, well, oh, she's never on time and she can't get her shit together. And oh, she never should have had that last child. Shit like that is, it actually has a real world impact. And whether they realized it or not, every time they spoke, every time they talked down on you, every time they talked bad about you, every time they talked shit about you to someone else, it was killing you a little bit more and a little bit more, just stabbing you in the back, like energetically, and causing you bad luck. Like I said, like the black magic was like, it was causing you to be held down, held back. So, all of these things that these people were saying, each time they opened their mouths, right, was always negative shit, and it was causing real world bad things to happen in your life. And you realized that. You became aware. You had a sudden awareness. Maybe spirit, kind of helped you figure that out or come to that conclusion. Maybe you didn't even know that they were doing it, and spirit helped you see that as well. Tell me about Midas, Miser. Hmm. We have Ten of Wands and Seven of Swords reversed. So this person or people are burdened. Well, they caused you burdens, very much so, caused you burdens, by making sure that you never had anything. Of course, that's going to be a burden on someone. I mean, you're not even free to just live your life the way that God intended. They're trying to play God in it and take from you, to make sure that you have nothing, to get their desired outcome, maybe even to force the outcome for which they spoke over your life, right? Like self-fulfilled prophecy kind of thing. Maybe they said shit, gossiped about you that wasn't even true, but and then they withheld and kept things from you to make it true. In fact, I'm very much getting the sense that that is the case. But the truth, okay, again, so truth revealed. So once again, the truth about this person and or people was revealed to you. I'm getting the sense that spirit had a hand in it. Whether you saw it on someone's phone, or you just had a feeling and then someone told you, someone confessed about it, right? Okay. Whatever the case, it was all divinely orchestrated by spirit, right? For you to find this, for this person to come to you, for you to, maybe you overheard something, whatever the case is, however you found out the truth, right? However the truth was revealed to you, it was orchestrated, like it was meant to happen. God made it like that because God, because vengeance is God, and God said, "Oh no, you're not doing this. This is what we're going to do." So God had a plan and led you every step of the way as to how you were going to catch these people and get vengeance, right? Because vengeance is God's, but you do what God says. So if God wanted to use you as a vessel or vehicle for that vengeance, um, in some way or another, just catching them enough is vengeance, because these people do this all the time. This is just how they are and who they are, and they needed to be caught. They needed to be caught, and it took a special person to do it. Okay, tell me about Don Juan. Oh, all right. There's a lot of cards. It's going to take a minute. Okay, so right off the bat, Ace of Cups reversed, not divine love, right? Not a divine person, not divine love. This person does not know divinity in any way, shape, or form, okay? They may be a hobosexual, where they hook up with people, because they don't have anywhere else to go. They manipulate and romance people for, basic needs, I guess, rather than actually just take care of themselves. Um, yeah. So I'm getting this person has a lot of exes, a lot of exes, ex-wives, ex-girlfriends that are all financially independent, but also jealous, smothering, suspicious, and fearful. If they weren't before they met him, they surely are now. Mistrust, right? Distrustful. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's understandable after dealing with a person like that. Mhm. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles here, and twofold. I'm getting there's like, again, as part of like many, many exes, right? Exes may have even worked together at something. Maybe you are an ex and I don't know, maybe you came together with another one of the exes to expose this person. I don't know. That could be a scenario here. Um, but I'm also getting from this that this person likes threesomes. They like, well, maybe not even just threesomes, just a menage a trois, right? But like maybe like, just, we're gonna say groups. They like groups. Okay. Hopefully we're all adults here, so you know what I mean by that. Um, and you sought the truth fearlessly about this person. Something about this person, this relationship was off to you, and you you were determined to get to the bottom of it, because you know that hearts are not meant to be played with. Relationships, it's one thing to be like this, right? But this person was doing it deceitfully. You didn't know that this is what this person liked or wanted or was actually doing while they were with you. So you sought the truth and you found it. And we have the Five of Pentacles reverse. So, yeah, so you sought the truth and you found it. It devastated you. You were devastated when you learned the truth about this person. But you realized that, there was a lesson to be learned here. You also even found a way to forgive them for whatever it is that they did, for being the way that they are, or the way for doing you the way that they did you. Okay. Um, Tell me about Avenger. Give me one for Avenger. Mm. So you had to save yourself. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, four. It's like, okay, so four is like stability, rest, relaxation. Like you had to save yourself. Like you had to recover from what they did, and you had to do this. You had to become this superhero, right? And save yourself from all of this, all of this gossip, miser, Don Juan stuff. And you did. Maybe from an earth sign or an air sign. I mean, you could be an earth sign or an air sign, but I'm getting that some of the people involved in this gossip, miser, Don Juan stuff, what did we get? We already had fire sign, air sign, and earth sign, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. So definitely groups of people, not just one person. This was many people. This might have been everyone. It's possible that you became awakened, sudden awareness, awakened by spirit to the fact that pretty much everyone in your life kind of had it out for you energetically. Tell me about artists. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so Seven of Cups. So you created this, you orchestrated this, to get your freedom back, to have opportunities, to have options, to have choices again. Because the way that this was going, these people had taken all of that away. So we have the Emperor, right? Okay, so God is making sure that these people throw some respect on your name from now on. That's part of the vengeance, right? Vengeance is God's. These people, they're going to respect God too. They have no respect for authority in any sense. Um, Whether it's, police, a principal, God, they don't respect anyone else's authority because they feel like they are the authority. Um, yeah, so they have no respect for leadership. structure, rules, and powers. They don't recognize, that there are rules, natural law, right? They don't respect natural law. They don't respect humanity. They don't respect life. And so God is going to make sure that they do, right? And protection. That is also part of this vengeance. You're going to be heavily, heavily protected from now on and disciplined, right? So these people are going to get disciplined, right? In some way, shape, or form. That's the vengeance. Now, tell me about. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So, yeah, diligence, passion, hard work, high standards, mastery of apprenticeship. So, you worked really, really hard for this. Um, you know, like I said, you worked with spirit. You became this avenger, and it didn't happen overnight. You had to catch these people in the act, basically, and that was no small feat. And also took a plan, right? God's plan that you had to set up and implement and everything, and that took a long time, and a lot of hard work and effort went into that. On top of, you know, your daily life. Um, but you have a talent, a natural ability, and you've mastered, this apprenticeship. Like spirit chose you, to mentor you, and you've mastered it. You've mastered spirit, right? Okay, so I think that's the end of the read. It seems like a pretty good one to me. You're a masked superhero. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope that this has helped you in some way. I hope that, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And I hope that you will like the video, subscribe to the channel, and come back again.